Mm. Do, 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 do. What's up, Mixed Reactions? I don't know if that was copyright, but I'm excited to do the show. We're missing Justin tonight. Hopefully, everything's going good with him. But I'm here with Casey, and we're ready to talk some goddamn football. How are you today, Casey?
Oh, football ain't the only thing we're talking today, Ian. Banner 18 just got raised. Banner 19 is coming in June. It's basketball season. I finally have a professional sports team that I can root on that doesn't embarrass me. Let's go, Celtics.
Yeah, no, Banner 19 is coming in 2036. So, we're going to talk about the Celtics later. I know, obviously, you're really excited, especially considering how the Cowboys have fared this year about basketball.
Oh, I got the
And I
game
can't
on
say
in the background right now, Ian. The tip-off is just about to happen. I am watching this game.
all right, give me 1 second. I had to go get the remote. What time, dude? I'm telling you, these time differences are throwing me off. But we're gonna talk a lot of football. Obviously, gonna talk basketball and excuse me, NBA season starting. I want to talk about a little college hockey too. I think Maine looked great this weekend, but
Maine looked amazing. A
I
sweep
didn't.
over the defending national champions. It does not get much better than that.
How long are you gonna? You do know Denver won last year.
Ah, sorry. Yes, sorry.
You're
Yes.
good. I mean, last year come well. The funny thing is, because last year coming into the I know you do that. I'm just fucking with you, but I know last year coming into the regular season they were, so it's probably just deja vu. Because you guys, we played them. I said we because I'm a maniac too. But we played them really early last year, didn't we?
Yeah, sorry, because Quinnipiac won it in 2023. Obviously, Denver won it last year.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, over the still highly talented Quinnipiac team. But yes, Tatum hits his first three of the season.
Did you put any parlays in today?
No, I did not put any parlays in today. I've been
Lost too
getting
much
hit
on
pretty
football.
hard. Yeah, so I've been getting pretty hard, hitting hard the NFL season. Speaking of that, let's dive right into the NFL season. Now, a big move that we talked about last week, obviously, was Devontae Adams going to the
Mm.
Jets, and me, you, and Justin all felt like this was going to be a signature move. Now, he had 9 targets for only 3 receptions and 30 yards. I do not feel like I'm not saying there's a Devontae Adams issue by any stretch. He just got there, nor am I saying there's an Aaron Rodgers
Right.
issue. I think this is a Jets like organization issue. Something just there's always something wrong. Like at this point last year, they were 4-3 with Zach Wilson as their starter. Now they're 2-5. What is going on with the Jets where it doesn't matter the type of roster moves that they make, it always seems to fall short. What do
I
you
know.
think? What do you think? Like what is it?
No, I jumped in so early just because was I don't know. It's like you said it. You know, when we take out you take out Robert Sala, bring in Devontae Adams. The common denominator, I guess, is the organization. Like, I mean, I don't know. As of right now, I mean, I'm not really ready to finalize putting blame on anybody, but there's not. Um, I mean, it could be an organizational issue. It's definitely very. I don't know if I'd say concerning, but it's almost like they're fighting an unwinnable uphill battle. It seems like. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, like you said, my bad. Devontae Adams got targeted 9 times, 30 yards, and their ass beat by 22. And they're winning the game at halftime. At that, you know what I mean? Like they're up. My bad. They're up at halftime on Pittsburgh, and then they get shut in the second half 24-0. I don't know, man. I'm sure. I'm so sorry.
You're
Allergies.
okay.
But as we get later in the show, I'm sure we're going to talk a lot more about the Jets. It's about the different teams having problems. But at this point, I don't know what the issue is, but I also don't see a solution at this point. Like, I mean, when you're 2-5 in a division where Buffalo, fuck, at this point, a division where Buffalo
Is
is
going to
really
clinch
just
it by
balling. I mean,
Thanksgiving.
yeah, they're going to clinch it by Thanksgiving. I mean, let's see we're going to talk about the picks, but the Jets this upcoming week I was looking at earlier
They
are
got the
playing
Patriots.
right in New England. So maybe that'll be a turnaround for him. I mean, if we're gonna be
Oh,
talking about
sure
the
they'll
picks.
win the game. I mean, New England's no offense to Justin, they're a dumpster fire. So I'm sure they'll end up somehow squeaking out a 20-17 victory over New England, but that's not really an accomplishment at this point in the season.
Yeah, but I guess if you're a Jets fan, there is a little hope for optimism. I'm not gonna lie, it's not even the allergies. It's those fucking ruffles I ate. They just went down the wrong pipe. But I mean, you're gonna play at home. You're gonna go into New England. If they should win that game, let's go ahead and check out the spread for that one. And then you're gonna play on Halloween against the Texans. Fuck, Thursday night football. And they're gonna go to Arizona, who I don't know if you caught the end of that game last night, which being able to watch a football. Well, I mean that started a little later. Well, no, what time did the fucking game start? It started like an hour later than normal, I think.
I had my eye more on Baltimore and Tampa, and I fell asleep kind of towards like the end of that game. To be honest, I was tired. It was a long day.
Yeah, well, okay, let's see. The Jets going into New England, they're 7-point favorites. Home team normally gets 3 as it is. The Jets are really 10-point favorites. Now, like I said, there is some hope for optimism considering the next 3 games. I mean, they're Texans are going to be favored, but I mean, if they can, which I think the Jets are fully capable with the talent they have to win the next 3 games, we're going to be looking at a 5-5 team with 10 games left. So I'm not ready to count them out yet, but there's definitely some pretty concerning things over there for sure.
No, and just like you said, they got the Patriots coming up, and that's there's no gimmies in the NFL, right? But that game almost seems like a gimme at that point. Then they got the Cardinals, who were up and down. They did squeak out that win against the Chargers last night, but they're not a team that's ever going to really strike fear in you. No one's ever looking at the schedule, especially at this point, this year and past few years, really. No one's really ever looking at the schedule like, oh shit, we got to play the Cardinals. This hasn't been a thing, but they've had some surprising wins throughout the course of this year.
Oh yeah,
it's not like they're a pushover. They're not a tomato can. They have some solidified players on the offensive side of the ball. Marvin Harrison Jr. was definitely looking like he was worth that draft choice. Kyler Murray looks like he's figured a few things out. I like the direction their offense is going. It really looks like maybe Cliff Kingsbury just wasn't the right fit as a head coach of them. He's killing it as an offensive coordinator. Don't get me wrong. He's doing great. Maybe he's just one of those coaches that's meant more as a positional coach.
Nothing wrong with that. It's just different strokes,
absolutely,
different strengths for sure.
Absolutely. So maybe the Cardinals organization is on the upward swing, and that's absolutely a possibility. So that game could go either way. I think the Jets, they're basically in playoff mode now.
Right.
Which is, we're not even out of October yet, but they're in playoff mode now. And speaking of another team that's in playoff mode now is my Cowboys. They have a huge game coming off the bye week this week. They're at San Francisco. And as everyone knows, San Francisco has been a thorn in Dallas's side for years. The weird thing about this is when they probably looked at the marketing for this game towards, when they were doing the schedule, like, all right, it's about a midway point game season, 2 Titans of the NFC, but that couldn't be further from the truth this year. Dallas sitting at 3-3, San Fran sitting at 3-4. Both teams are absolutely riddled with injuries. You got to think on the 49ers side, there's going to be no Christian McCaffrey, no Deebo Samuel, no Brandon Ayuk, possibly no George Kittle. And on Dallas, when you look at the defensive side of the ball, Micah Parsons is still going to be up in the air. DeMarcus Lawrence. Kendricks is going to be good to go.
Bland is going to be on the IR. He's still on the IR.
Bland is still on the IR?
It says Bland will not be activated off IR. Well, this was...
I thought that was for the Lions game.
Yeah, that was from October. Did he play this past weekend? I could be wrong.
No, he didn't. Well, they had a bye week, but no, he didn't play against Detroit. Okay. I was thinking Bland was going to be back, because that was the possibility that they were thinking of. I think it's possible that we could see Bland and Parsons and Kendricks.
Right.
I definitely do not anticipate DeMarcus Lawrence. He's still going to be out another several weeks. To be honest, I'm not sure how much that's going to matter with them 3 back. I'm not liking the overall core of this team right now. The effort, it doesn't seem to be there. They don't really have an attitude about them. They're soft. They don't like to stop the run. Their defense, it's kind of the same thing that it was last year, except what's missing from it is their offense can't get the lead that they need because Dallas's defense is very speed and pass rush dependent. And so when they get their leads, what they're able to do is send the dogs. They can send Micah Parsons, they can send Donovan Wilson off the side. Like they have those options to use, but when they get in a tough, grinded out fight game or they get down early, is when that defense really starts to show its cracks because they cannot stop the run.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of reading here. Cowboys on their website. I don't see the injury report for week 8 yet. It says here Parsons himself has revealed more about his status for the upcoming week. So far as he is optimistic that he hit the field, but it's not a guarantee that he's going to suit up against the Niners. So, and I wanted to ask you a question because, like you said, both teams are. I mean,
Just
shit. I mean,
riddled with injuries right now.
right. But I kind of wanted to ask you, like, we all looked at, like you said, this matchup before the season and was like, this is going to be a marquee matchup, two heavyweights. I personally think the matchup is more interesting now because of the state both teams are in.
Yeah.
Dallas, I think, is a little bit more desperate than San Francisco. I think San Francisco's still confident they can catch Seattle, but do you think this is
I
a lot
don't
more
know
interesting
about
at this point?
that. I don't
I
know
think they
if
will.
you what makes you say that because I mean that's an interesting take and I get where you're coming from, but you also have to look at it from San Francisco's point of view too, Ian, because if they lose this game, they fall to 3-5.
And then if Seattle wins, they're up. They're going to be 2 games ahead with 9 left. You know what I mean? Like that's not easy to overcome. Now,
No, it's not.
and you look at the Niners stats, they're going to have to go after, they play Dallas, have to go to Tampa, at home against Seattle, which that's going to be a big one, at Green Bay. We saw, them get the dub this past weekend at Buffalo. It's not going to really get easy at home against Chicago, who God only knows what could happen.
And if you look at
Uh-huh.
Dallas' schedule, it doesn't get easier either. But I think both teams. I don't want to say almost. This sounds such a cop out answer. I think both teams are almost at an equal level of desperation for this game for their season.
I guess. I mean, I would say more because when Dallas has looked bad this year, they've looked bad. I mean, San Francisco didn't lose 44-19 and 47-9 both at home. But I mean, I totally see your point. It's kind of hard to argue considering, like I said, if Seattle wins this weekend, they're going to jump 2 games ahead. We're going to get into it later. But who do the Commanders play? They're going to play at home against Chicago. I mean, I can go either way. So
That's a marquee game, the 1-2 matchup.
yeah.
Well, the first round, you know what I mean, the first pick and the second pick. But always speaking of that, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if you have.
Mhm.
What is the injury status for Jaden Daniels? Because he never returned against Carolina.
Let's see. Uh, hmm. And the quarterback has a shot to play in week. They don't believe the Commanders don't believe it's too severe. He's gonna have it. This is per on3.com. The quarterback is gonna have a shot to play in week 8 against the Bears. If he can't go, then Mariota is gonna step in for Daniels. So not the worst backup in the world, but I mean, this is a big game.
No, but if Daniels is out, I would definitely give the edge to
The
Chicago in that
Mhm.
game. And say Daniels doesn't play, right? And Chicago does get that win. That's going to increase the desperation for Dallas to try to gain a game back on the Commanders.
Especially if Dallas loses. Well, let me see. Well, because Dallas plays
San
Sunday night.
Francisco.
Well,
Yeah,
Sunday night.
Sunday. That's what I'm saying. So if
Right.
they
Mhm.
come out Sunday night and see that the
Commanders
Commanders
won.
lost to the Bears,
Or
then Dallas is really going to have that desperation of we need to win this game.
Oh yeah, I mean, because shit, if Commanders lose, they're gonna be 5-3. Dallas wins, they're gonna be 4-3. And let's see, I want to say they play. Do they play on Thanksgiving this year?
Who?
Yeah. Well, wait, hold on. 11/24. That is no. They play wait.
Is
Yep,
who
they play
playing
on
thing?
Thanksgiving.
Who?
Commanders and Cowboys.
Commanders and Cowboys playing Thanksgiving?
Let me see. What day is I'm pretty yeah. Because it's Thursday, and then wow, I fucked that up. What day is Thanksgiving? I know it's the very yeah. So the 28th is when the Commanders and Wait, what the fuck? No, they play I don't know how I looked at that wrong. They play because we're not in November yet. I'm stupid. Yeah. No, sorry. They play the Giants on Thanksgiving. They play the Commanders 4 days before that on Sunday. So, but they play the Giants on Thanksgiving. Before we
Okay.
get into the picks in a little while, let me actually see what our Thanksgiving slate's looking like this year. We know it's gonna be the Cowboys. We know it's gonna be the Lions. Let's see. That would be week 13. So let's see the games we got on Thanksgiving. We're gonna have Bears at Lions.
That'll
Cool.
be a hell of a game.
Giants at Cowboys, and then Dolphins at Packers. Son of a bitch. All right. But no, I mean I feel you now. My heart was torn this weekend because my Las Vegas Raiders played the Rams. Tough game, we won. I'm happy with it. Shit, let's get the ball back rolling, fellas. I was so shit on them before last season. They proved me wrong. Fortunately, I was pretty high on them going into this year. I'm not even too. I'm not like let's fire Sean McVay. Anybody that thinks that, I don't
No, definitely
think.
not. No, there should
Absolutely
be
not.
no talks of firing Sean McVay whatsoever. But I will say, and I've heard rumblings of it, I think it is time to discuss the possibility
Moving up
of
for that.
trading Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, I mean it's one of the. Well, let's see. He's like 30. And he's 35 with I'd say the body of like a 60-year-old. That dude has taken so many hits. He's 36. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? I mean,
It may be time to start the rebuild mode in LA because with the roster currently constructed, are they good enough for a wild card spot? Yes, absolutely. But are they good enough to compete for a Super Bowl? I don't believe so, man.
we're gonna see. I mean, I don't. I don't necessarily think we're gonna compete for the Super Bowl. I mean,
I mean,
I
clearly
like
not this
Seattle.
year, but I'm talking
Uh,
about even next year. Say the Rams, God bless them, stay fully healthy next year. I don't foresee them competing for a Super Bowl. I
hey,
definitely would see them in the playoffs, contending for a wild card spot, potentially winning a playoff game. I can see those things happening. But truly competing for the bowl is something that I can't picture with this Rams roster at the moment.
we'll be good. I mean, to be completely honest with you, with how much we axed our entire future, I'm content with where we are right now. You know what I mean? You only get Eminem said it. You only get one shot to blow. We took our shot, we swung for the fences, and we hit a home run. You know what I mean?
You
So
did.
we're just gonna have to make good decisions. We're gonna have to try to do our best to develop some later round draft picks. We're gonna have to get a quarterback. I mean, please don't think Stetson Bennett is the guy. I think Sean McVay knows that he's gonna have to go get an actual quarterback. Stetson Bennett,
Yeah,
good
but
dude in
it's
Georgia.
more than just your offense though. Like
Mm,
I understand getting the quarterback, I understand the injuries on the offense, but you guys are averaging or giving up rather
mm.
almost 375 yards a game. You're the 27th ranked yards per game defense.
I don't know that. I mean, but the thing is, I kind of knew it was gonna be a rough one. You know what I mean, coming into the year, so
Especially
we'll.
Aaron Donald retiring. I get it.
That's
I
what I'm
really
saying. Like
do.
that's why I'm not too worried. Like I'm not as concerned. I mean, our passing defense, middle of the league. I mean, we can't stop a damn nosebleed. We're the third worst rush defense. You know what I'm saying in the league.
I know how
Um,
you feel.
we can't stop nobody from scoring points. Or bottom third in the league in that as well. You guys are second to last at 20. The Panthers are giving up 34 points a game. You guys are giving up the second most at 28. That is a 6 point gap. They are terrible. I thought they were going to be a little better once they made that switch. They still only won one game. They're going to go into Mile High this weekend. Um, I think the Broncos, like you know, what I mean, I'm not going to put nothing past them at this point.
No, Broncos have looked
But they're
solid.
but look at the division they're in. You know what I mean? Like Kansas City just won again. You know what? Before we get
Yeah,
onto the
but the
picks,
Chargers just lost to the Cardinals. I think the AFC West is over already.
yeah, I think that too. I think the Chargers can still can, but you're 6-0. You know, they Chiefs probably got this. Now, before we get into the picks, because we all know we're gonna talk more football and Boston Celtics later in the show and Clippers. What do you think?
Let's
What
go,
percentage
Black
chance?
Bears.
What, what percentage chance do you give Kansas City to finish the regular season undefeated? I'm gonna tell before you go. I'm gonna tell you the remaining schedule if you're not looking at it. At home, or sorry, at Oakland this upcoming weekend, at home
Win.
against Tampa Monday Night Football, at home against Denver,
Win.
at Buffalo, at
Win.
Carolina, at home
Loss.
against.
Win.
Oh, wait, what?
Okay, good. Let's go. I want to hear them one by one.
Okay,
I
for
need a
sure. My
second
bad.
to digest them.
You know what? That's a better way to do it. We're learning as we go, folks. Lifelong learners. At Oakland this weekend.
You mean Vegas?
Wow, that was not. That was yeah. I totally messed up. At the Raiders. Yeah.
That's a win.
At home against Denver the following week. Oh well, sorry, at home against Tampa on Monday Night Football the following week. My apologies.
That would be a hell of a game. That one could go either way. That's a coin flip. Celtics are up 10.
You think they take? Well, you know what? We're not going to compromise the picks. I'll just tell you. At home against Denver, right?
Win.
At Buffalo.
I think that
I
might be
think
their
that's going
first
to be
loss.
the one like that. Like
Buffalo always seems to beat them in the regular season. Obviously, the Chiefs always beat them in the playoffs. So that's really what matters, I suppose. But Buffalo always seems to beat them in the regular season. I don't know why.
And then after
So I'm going to say that's their first loss. If they win the Buffalo game, I'm going to say they go undefeated.
Gotcha, because that's my next thing I was going to say. Then they're going to go at Carolina the following weekend.
That's
at
obviously
home against the Raiders, which the 29th of November. That is I think it's the third Friday. Am I looking at this shit right?
Oh, the Black Friday game after Thanksgiving.
Oh, right. Okay, Black Friday game. That's a cool game that they're going to have that day. And then they're going to get to rest until 12/8 when they play the Chargers on or maybe that's their let me see 29 skip. Oh no. And then no wait, what the fuck?
Holy.
Somebody get dunked. And then sorry. And then they play at my Cleveland Browns, at home against the Texans, at the Steelers, at the Broncos close the year.
If they beat the Bills, they're going undefeated. No, Jason Tatum has 15 points in the first quarter already.
And this 27. Oh wait, what score?
30-17.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta turn this shit on. But man, what do you say we get into the picks, bro? I'm excited. Let's get into the picks.
Let's dive right into these picks here.
Dive in.
I'm drowning.
Why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy. All right, what we got, Chief?
So we are starting off hot. Ian, we have the Minnesota Vikings, who happen to suffer their first loss of the NFL season last week to their rival Detroit Lions, and they are heading into the Coliseum. Not the Coliseum, SoFi Stadium. Think of the Coliseum because USC just got in my head for a second. They're heading into SoFi Stadium to play the Los Angeles Rams. Give me the Vikings.
I got the I think we put up a little bit of a fight, but coming off a loss, I got Minnesota also.
Go with the Rams. Go with the Rams. Do it. Say it. Fuck it. Say go Rams. Ram up.
Just ram it. Pause. All right. Let me pull up a schedule myself. Give me 1 second. Let me see what the actual spread is for that game.
Not that say Minnesota -5.
You think it's -5? I think that if it's in LA, it's pretty. Minnesota -3, so it's really like Minnesota -6. So
yeah.
And then what do we got next?
But we have the New York Jets heading in to Gillette Stadium to play the Patriots. Celtics up 15.
I got the Jets.
Me too. I got the Jets. I think they're going to bounce back. This is do or die for the Jets, like we were talking about earlier. So I truly think this is the week they finally make their mark. Obviously, they're beating up on a college-level team in the Patriots, but they've shown some promise offensively with Drake May. But their defense has taken a huge step back.
Like we were talking about the chat, yeah. It's last year that was their identity. This year, I'm optimistic for the Patriots' future. They could get their defense back to the level that it was. They could develop Drake May at a healthy pace. I think we might. I mean, the Patriots are one of those teams. It's like Alabama almost. We expect them to be top. You know what I mean? Not realizing that they're,
not anymore though.
Well, no, but
it has. The Patriots haven't been top since 2019. Like we're going on 5 years of the Patriots being average to below average.
Yeah, that's fair. But I also think they set the standard so high that you expect the Patriots to just. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's we know Brady, Belichick, but I think a lot of people just it's the Patriots. Like it's the name. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna turn about the same shit with Alabama. It's college, but it's different. But yeah, you're right. It's been a while, and they have been. I mean, ever since they got the shit beat out of them by Buffalo in the playoffs, they have just been terrible.
The Celtics are so goddamn good. They are so goddamn good, bro. It's not even fair. Oh my god. All right, we have the next game is the Green Bay Packers heading in to Jacksonville to face a team who got their second win of the season, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Green Bay's -4.5 in Jacksonville.
I'm going Green Bay.
I got Green Bay. Green Bay look good.
Yeah, Green Bay.
I think. Look, well, you know what? Let me see. Last weekend we all both of us except for Justin had the Packers. And I felt like last week's game was just one of those games where it was really a toss up, so I gave it to the home team, and
Yeah,
it
same.
ended up coming true.
Celtics up 18. Oh my god, they can't miss.
God,
so
let me turn this shit on, man.
Bro, they're up 18. In the first quarter, they're up 18.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That was my finals team, bro.
They're getting mollywopped in the first quarter.
What channel's it on? TNT?
Yeah, TNT.
All right, what we got next?
We have the Arizona Cardinals heading into Miami. Celtics, I was going to say up 20. Going into Miami. Yeah, Celtics up 20. Tua might be back for this game, Mr. Blackwell. We have the Arizona Cardinals heading into Miami.
I was wondering why they were -3.
I'm going to take the Dolphins because I think Tua's going to be back. So I'm taking the Fins.
I got the Dolphins too. I like Arizona. I like Toddler Murray. I think Miami barely edges it out.
That's my thought too. Next game, we have again the absolutely scorching hot Baltimore Ravens heading in to face the Cleveland Browns, probably led by Jameis Winston. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens, and the Celtics are up 21.
Ravens are -9 on the. Hey, did you? I've heard different versions. I don't know if it's ever been confirmed, but did you see when Deshaun Watson get hurt? Everybody was chanting, "You deserve it."
So that is actually a.
Is it false?
Yep, it is. What that is, that's a WWE soundbite from when
I was wondering that if somebody just dubbed that shit over. John Cena.
They do it, I guess, a lot
yeah.
with a bunch of champions that they like.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm sure there were some people cheering because he hasn't always done
enormous
reception.
But no one was chanting "You deserve it." No,
not that fucking loud.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're going with the Ravens as well.
I got Baltimore.
Next game, we have the bitch ass, I might add, Philadelphia bitch ass Eagles heading into Cincinnati to play the Bengals. And Ian, this may surprise you. Give me the fucking Bengals, bro. Give me the Bengals.
The Bengals, they are 3-4. All three of those wins have been on the road. They are atrocious at home. Well, fuck, that lead they blew against Baltimore, that was at home, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah. The phone banging on the damn. Fuck, dude. At least 2-1 on the road. They have not won at home. Oh, I got the Eagles.
So, next game. We have the Indianapolis Colts heading into Houston to play the Texans. Now, before we make our picks on this game, okay, hear me out. Mm-hmm. I understand the Colts won last week. I get it. But they look better with Joe Flacco.
They also beat the Dolphins.
Right, they beat the Tua-less Dolphins at home by like 6 with Anthony Richardson in. I get it. I think if Flacco was the quarterback that game instead of Richardson, I think the Colts would have won by 2 scores.
Who you liking? I'm guessing the Texans?
I'm taking the Texans in this game. It's the same thing that happened to Flacco last year in Cleveland after Watson went out. Cleveland looked better. Indianapolis looked better with Joe Flacco at the helm than they did last week with Anthony Richardson. I'm not saying Richardson won't develop. I'm not saying he's not going to develop into a prime quarterback. But right now, Flacco's just a better quarterback and he's a better fit for that offense. Now, obviously, since Richardson is healthy again, he's going to get the nod and he's going to play. I think that's going to derail the Colts season. So give me the Texans.
Texans are -6 at home. They're 3-0 at home. Uh, they're 5-2. Indianapolis 4-3. So I mean, this is for the command of the AFC South. Dude, I'm with you. They have looked better with Flacco. I still like Richardson. I still like the things that he can do. I still like how he commands the offense.
Exactly.
But Houston at home, bro. Fuck. I mean, this man, this is gonna be one of those. I mean, I think a lot of times, especially in past year shows, we've looked at a lot of the NFC South games, like, oh, great, it's a game for the top of the division. Nobody really gives a shit. Like these are fuck. I mean, what do you think? Before I get my pick, like, what do you think the key is gonna be to this game? Like, how do you think it's gonna go? I think that Stroud's gonna go out there and just torch their ass, but
Yeah,
I
I
have
don't
faith in
think there's going to
Richardson.
be like true keys to this game.
Uh,
I think it's going to be the Texans just have too much firepower for the Colts, especially with Richardson leading the helm. I don't think they're going to be able to put up enough points. I think Richardson's going to make a good throw or two. He's going to have some good runs, get him into some, he'll have a couple good scrambles on 3rd and 10 to make a play here and there. It's just not going to be enough. I got the Texans, I'd say by 17 in this game.
I don't know. I mean, you look at Houston, passing defense, top 5 in the league. You think it's gonna be that bad?
Yeah, I do.
I got the Colts.
You what?
Colts. I think they figure it out.
Okay. Next game, have the blowout of the NFL season as we have the Tennessee Titans heading into Ford Field to play the scorching hot Detroit Lions. And I have the Lions in a blowout in this game, bro.
I forget the Titans exist sometimes at this point. They're terrible.
I'm talking a blowout.
And they're -11. I think you need to hammer that shit. I would do an alternate spread, put them like -17, because I think they're gonna beat them. The thing I like about the Lions is they will blow. That is it. Like, yeah, they has the times where they play down to their competition, but for the most part, when they beat
They will
somebody's
blow
ass,
you
they
off the field.
beat your. I got the Lions big as well. That's what I was thinking too. I
So
like
for
the
the
next
next
game
game,
we're gonna be talking about because I'm pretty sure it's Falcons Bucks.
It is. And this is the marquee matchup of the 1 o'clock slate by far. This is the game that I'll be paying attention to the most. Atlanta Falcons heading into Tampa, who, look, yes, they lost. Now they're 4-3. And so for as much talk as people were given, as much hype people were giving to the Bucks, only one game above 500. And I say that to say this, right? They are, I think, without a doubt, because Atlanta just lost to Seattle at home. Not a good look because Seattle was just coming off 3 straight losses. During the first 15 minutes of that Baltimore Tampa game last night, I'm not sure if you caught it. Tampa went right down the field, scored their opening touchdown, went right down the field again. And if it wasn't for, I kind of want to say a bullshit holding call, they would have went up 14-0 in the first 2 drives of the game. Mm-hmm. Of course, that touchdown to Chris Godwin, actually, prayers up to Chris Godwin. That looked like a horrific injury. His season is done. That's for damn sure. But at the same time, they could have been up 14-0 quick last night. Yeah. Tampa is a damn good team. And I think they bounce back heavily this week. Give me the Bucks. And I know that means Atlanta's probably going to win, but give me the Bucks.
Dude, and the funny thing, when I give my pick, like, this looked like it was going to be a good damn division a few weeks ago. What the hell happened to the Saints, bro? They are atrocious right now. Like, look at the swagger after they beat Dallas. They've lost 5 games, bro. Sorry, back to this game. In Tampa.
You got the Bucks, right?
I got Atlanta.
You got Atlanta. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be tough. I mean, it's gonna be one of those things. I just like first cousins better in this situation, and this game at least. I
I
think that
don't
he's gonna
know,
come out and
man.
play.
Baker had a couple questionable decisions last night. I'm not going to sit here and defend him to the nail, but Baker has played very solid for a great majority of this season.
I mean, Atlanta hasn't lost. I mean, they're only 2-0 on the road, but they haven't lost on the road. I mean, shit, they almost beat Kansas City. I mean, they had a chance to, I should say, to beat Kansas City. So I got Atlanta.
Atlanta. That's fair. Like I said, I think it's the marquee matchup of the 1 o'clock. It's going to be a hell of a game. Speaking of those Saints, they're heading into LA as well to play the Chargers. Obviously, coming off that tough loss last night to the Cardinals, I still think they're going to win this game pretty handily. So give me the Chargers.
I got Chargers also. Excuse me, Arizona just. I mean, Arizona just looked good on that last drive. It happens, but I mean, the Chargers were. I mean, was it no time left, right, when they kicked that field goal to win the game? Like,
Yeah, I mean, you guys. I think
got
they
them.
outscored them 10-0 in the fourth. To be honest, so like they had a good fourth quarter. Not very common for Jim Harbaugh, my apologies, coached team to kind of shrink like that in the fourth, especially going back to his Michigan days. But whole different beast in the NFL, so we'll have to see how that develops. And he's obviously coached well in the NFL too. Brought San Francisco to a Super Bowl, had him to a few division titles, couple conference championship games. So, no shots at Jim. He's a great coach. I think the Chargers are going to be formidable for years. Next 4 o'clock game, we have the Buffalo Bills heading into the 12th man to play the Seattle Seahawks. And I think Buffalo wins this game. I think Buffalo's for real. Celtics up by 22.
Damn, already. Holy shit. I think Buffalo is for real too. They're going into the 12th man. Buffalo's already -3.
I think Seattle's going to keep it close.
I think that's the thing. I'm always just so scared because Josh Allen either looks like the greatest quarterback we've ever seen, or he looks like he is like I don't know.
I think Amari Cooper is going to make a world of difference for Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Who was their number one before that? MVS.
No, it was. God, who's that rookie that they drafted? What the fuck's his name?
Coleman.
Thank you. Yes, Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman. Yeah. I got Buffalo. I'm not fading them. They're 5-2. I think they're gonna roll, and I think they're gonna run away with the damn division too. And I think they don't want to get into a tight race with Aaron Rodgers later in the season. It's like, let's just wrap this damn division up. If we have to play him in the playoffs, we do. But you don't. Let's not get into a division race with A-Rod. So what we got next? What we got next?
Next game, we have the Chicago Bears heading in to Washington, to DC, I should say, to play the Commanders.
It's in Maryland.
Yeah, technically, I know. So, with that being said, it's up in the air if Jaden's going to play. Now, even if he does, I don't anticipate he's going to be at 100%. Give me the sneaky upset here. I'm going to take Chicago.
It's fair. Let me go back to where you guys had it up. I think the Bears are 2.5-point favorites, probably considering so let me see if that even would be. I mean, I consider it a little bit of upset regardless of what the fucking spread says, because Commanders have looked good. It is going to be Chicago -2.5 on the road. It really means like Chicago's a minus.
That means Jaden's not playing.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But fuck, dude. I got the Bears.
No, that means Jaden. They know something. Jaden's not playing. Bet on that. Take Chicago.
I got the Bears.
Yeah, definitely take the Bears in that one. Next game, we have the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're heading into Vegas to play Ian's Las Vegas Raiders.
I wish the Raiders have a bye every week, so I this fucking bullshit. I got Kansas City. I don't. I usually entertain the idea of the Raiders need to get our quarterback, bro. Until they get a quarterback, they're gonna keep getting the shit beat out of them. And plus, I think Kansas City's gonna travel relatively well. So I got the Chiefs big in Vegas this weekend.
Here's the thing. I don't have them big. The Chiefs over the past few years aren't known to blow people out.
For sure.
I got the Chiefs by like 10.
For sure.
So for the next game, do we even have to talk about this one? We have the Carolina CFL Panthers heading into Denver and Authority Stadium to play the Broncos. I'm obviously going with the Broncos.
I got the Broncos too. I think at this point, the Broncos have shown me a lot. I mean, they are 1-2 at home. Panthers are 1-6 overall, 1-3 on the road. I think Bo Nix gets the job done. I don't think it's necessarily gonna be a blowout. I think that Carolina could come out. I think they can hang around for a little bit. I think they can come, but I don't see any fucking way in hell in them winning this game, especially with the
Yeah, I
Broncos.
don't either.
At this point, Carolina's they know their season's over. Broncos are really trying to jockey for position as much as possible. I don't know if it's going to be a blowout, but I do not foresee Denver losing this game whatsoever. But I mean, if there was going to be one upset, I got the fuck that. I got the Broncos. I can't bring myself to bet on the Panthers.
Well, no, because what do you think the
And
true
Denver.
issue in Carolina is?
They suck. I don't know. I think. I mean,
No,
I wouldn't
it's
say
got to
it's a
be something. What do you? Is it organization? Is it coach? Like they've changed coaches. They've changed so much, and just nothing seems to stick for them. If say you're the GM for the Panthers, what's your draft move?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Wait, what'd you say?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, say you're the GM for the Panthers, right? What's your draft move?
I don't know. I mean, you know what I mean? They obviously wanted a quarterback, so they went out and got Bryce Young. I like Chuba. I don't think that their running game. Let's look at bottom third of the league.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
you're
They're
right.
rushing,
Yeah,
but
I get it.
I don't think
I
Chuba's the issue. I don't think a running back in this day and age in the NFL, unless Derrick Henry, is necessarily a solution to anything. I don't really know where Carolina goes from here. I mean,
I don't either, man.
it's tough. I mean, they're just
Sorry.
bad. I don't,
They are, dude. I don't understand it. Year in and year out, they are just an abysmal franchise. Yeah, of course, you could say they had those couple years with Cam. Yeah, Cam, they went 15-1, went to the Super Bowl, sure, but they haven't made a lick of that sense, and I don't foresee them coming back anytime soon. Anyways, we're moving on. The Sunday night game, we have the Dallas Cowboys. And that was what we thought during the beginning of the season. This might have been a marquee matchup. But as you stated, it might be a little bit more interesting now. They're heading into San Fran to play the 49ers.
Oh shit. Oh, sorry. What I was gonna say, I didn't mean to cut you off. What I was gonna say, the article I came across this weekend, Travis Hunter. But they really want that guy. They think that he could be the guy. That's one thing I wanted to say. That's why I cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know that. Fair point entirely. I get that. So Cowboys 49ers, Ian, what do you got?
I can't make you go first on this one. That's just not how the show works. Dude, you guys suck. Give me the 49ers. I am so fucking done betting on the Cowboys.
All right. Well, I've gone back and forth with this one. I'm not going to lie. Like, the 49ers have been a thorn in our side for so long. We can never seem to get past the 49ers. And as you know, dude, I'm not biased. I've gone against Dallas quite a few times this year already. Because you're right. They're not that good this year. Maybe this bye week potentially fixed a few things. So, with that being said, Ian, did you hear what I did?
How about them Cowboys?
Give me my boys, bro. I'm going to roll them. I'm going to put my heart on the line on this one. Probably picking more with my heart than my head. Give me my boys, dude. I think we get it done. I think this is the year we finally can get to them. And yeah, I know they're riddled by injuries, so I get it. The 49ers are absolute. Oh, Jalen Brown's about to have a breakaway dunk. They are decimated by injuries. I get it. But I think I'm going to make a bold claim here on Mixed Reactions, Ian. This is the starting point this week for the Cowboys to start to turn things around. They are going to go on a 4-game win streak starting this week.
Uh-oh.
I'm making a
Um,
declaration.
hey, I have a question before we get to the Monday night game. Because I did you guys play? Because I know in 2022 you guys played in San Francisco. Did you guys play at Dallas last year? Why the hell is this game in San Francisco? Unless you guys played them in Dallas, because that would be
No, we played him at San Fran last year.
no shit. Then why are you guys playing them at San Fran again?
I honestly don't know. Like I don't know that much in depth about how the scheduling works.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, we played at San Fran last year.
Was it last year that you guys got your shit when George Kittle had the T-shirt, or was it the year before? I thought that was the year before
That
because
was
that's what I
last
was.
year.
Okay.
Oh my god, Derek White.
Let me see
Celtics up
what's
by
this.
20. They're up by 24.
Hey man, my Ducks ain't looking too bad. We're 2-2-1.
So Monday night game, pretty it's an easy game. Giants and Steelers. We're both going with the Steelers, obviously.
Actually, I saved $15 on my car insurance by switching to Geico. I got the Steelers also. I meant to say 15%, man. I fucked that joke up so bad, and I just needed to come out and
You
say
did,
that I'm
but it's
an
okay.
idiot. Yeah, no, it's all
Are you
good.
really going with the Giants?
No, I got the Steelers.
Okay.
Fuck I
Okay.
look like.
So, Ian, before we get into the question, just really quick, I want to get into Maine hockey. Um,
Dude.
we touch on it briefly, of course, but now they're up to number 6 in the nation. They have a big Hockey East showdown with Northeastern at Northeastern coming up this weekend. If they can come out there and get a split, very happy. That'd be 3-1 to start the season. Well, 4-1 technically if you want to count the American International game. I mean, it counts
That
on their
counts.
record, but
Yeah.
it's something that I don't really care about. Um,
You would give a shit if they
I
lost, though.
yeah, no, you're right. You're right. They lost their best player in Bradley Nadeau. No question, he was their best player last year. But they look more fluent this year. They look stronger defensively. They look tougher. I'm really liking what I'm seeing because I don't know if you caught any of Saturday's game. They
I
were
only
up
watched the game Friday.
4-1. They were up 4-1. Then they let up 4 straight goals to go down 5-4. Then Maine ties it with about 30 seconds left in the game. They
Holy
pulled their
shit.
goalie, got the extra tacker on, scored, and then won it in overtime.
No shit. No, where's my remote?
Tough victory.
I saw you guys. Justin was like 4-1, 4-2. It's 4-4 now. I was like, what? I was watching the game Friday, bro. The game Friday. I mean, you're talking about the first period just dominant. I knew the game Friday was over. Maine looked tough. They were fast to the puck. They looked like they were in control of that damn game on Friday all game long. Obviously, Quinnipiac got one in the second period, but Maine scored because I was having an issue with the stream at first. Uh
The Alphon looked like it was rocking.
Renwick, that's who with that fucking and then Russell scored right before the period ended. I was going crazy with that one. Quinnipiac tacked one on the second period, but it Maine last year, man, there just seemed like there was too many. Would you agree? Just I don't know if I guess they played down level competition. They were playing they were playing Quinnipiac, but it seemed like Maine last year just let their foot off the gas. There's just too many holes. I'm liking Maine this year, and I know
They
you.
weren't tough defensively.
They weren't
It
tough
was a big issue
defensively.
last year.
Now,
Like, think of the Cornell game. They just got
right,
physically bullied.
and they were up what 2-1-0 in that game, and I think they ended up
Yeah, they
losing
scored the
3-1.
first goal in that game.
Dude, but that was a big fucking team, bro.
But that's
But
what I'm
but
saying.
for
They got physically dominated.
yeah. Now, we're gonna play at Northeastern this weekend. Like you guys were saying, we don't have our bye until what, like Christmas break. Gonna go at
Okay.
Northeastern for the series, and home against Merrimack. Let's just make sure we don't fuck up. Then at BC, and then at
Then
home against Boston, and then the border battle?
yeah, that's a tough slate of games in a row. BC, BU, UNH. That is going
With
to
no
be
bye.
with no bye. That's going to be a true testament. So that's 6 games. If they can come out of that 4-2, you have a damn good team.
Hmm. Yeah, and it's gonna be. I'm excited for May this year, man. And I like what you said last week. I get where you're coming from for sure when you're talking about how I don't know if you or Justin said it. Sorry, one of you guys disagree with the other. I was working on the football thing, but they almost looked. I don't know whether your word used was better, but like better without Bradley No, because now they're not. Even though he did have his, he did go cold for a stretch last year. Um, they're more of a team. They don't have just that one absolute star player. I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do, man. I think if they can. Just let us get third in Hockey East again, and we'll be straight. Like we'll figure it out in the tournament. I think we're gonna figure it out. I love Ben Barr as a coach, and he's a young guy. I think that he's learning just as the players are learning. He hasn't really
Absolutely. No,
shown
I couldn't agree more.
he
I could
hasn't been
not
a
agree
bad
more.
coach by any means. You know, I
No,
mean, shit, they made the tournament
no, he
last
was.
year.
He's way better than what. Rest in peace to Red Gendron.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree. I'm really excited. And then let's see, the first bye is going to be right after between Stonehill and they don't play for 21 days. They play Bentley. Then I don't know if you looked this far down the schedule. Defending national champions coming to the Alphon January 3rd and
Denver.
4th. Yes,
January
sir.
3rd with Denver. I'm going to one of those. I gotta go to one of those
You're
games.
gonna be like, hey, bro, if you look behind the board, I walk the fuck out when the game was. That shit had me rolling. You see them score the goal, you see your ass just get up and leave. I was sitting here crying.
Oh, yeah, you seen that video?
Yeah, you showed me on the show. You were like, look, the guy in the green sweater. You're like, you gotta zoom in a little bit. We
You
did that
see
thing.
me get up and leave.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't like a playoff game, right?
Yeah, no. It was against BU in overtime. It wasn't a playoff game.
Did Jack Eichel
but
score?
no, it wasn't Eichel. It was
Eichel though.
It was fucking course I know Jack Eichel. He plays for Vegas right now, right?
Yeah, or unless he got traded, but yeah, he did.
Yeah, because he obviously came out of BU, originally drafted by the Sabres, and then went to Vegas. Yeah, it was Ivan or Evan. It was either Evan or Ivan Rodriguez. I don't know. I can't remember his first name, but it was him that scored the goal. Yeah, that was ugly. That was ugly. Fun fact about that play ended up being in SportsCenter's top 10, and you can see me leaving on SportsCenter's top 10 right after the goal scored because of how the camera panned. My face is in the background of that.
You got the question this week, my guy?
If
not, I got it. But go ahead.
No, you can take it, but I saw a weird, interesting sports stat today, and you know how we're always talking about like sports stats, right? So over the last 11 years, the Florida/Miami Marlins on their 44th game of the year are 11-0, which is the best record in the majors, right? For every other game, they had the worst winning percentage in baseball. Isn't that weird? On their 44th game over the last 11 seasons, they're 11-0. You're not saying nothing.
Oh, my bad. I didn't realize I was on mute. They haven't come out with the MLB schedule. You already know I'm gonna go and circle the 44th game. That's a crazy at. Where did you see this? Because at this
I
point,
just saw it on like the Miami Marlins like Twitter status today.
I hate when they put shit like that up because now everybody's gonna start betting. Now they're gonna make the motherfuckers lose, and we all gonna lose our goddamn money.
Yeah, on the 44th game of the year, they are 11-0 over the last 11 seasons. Weird, I know. So you got the question, my good sir.
Sorry. So, if you could add one player, forget salary cap, forget one player to current player, obviously we're talking about current, to any of your favorite teams that will make them better, who would you add? It could be any sport to any of your favorite teams. No salary cap. You just put them on the team because you think they're going to make you that much better. Who you got?
This is the easiest question of all time.
Derrick Henry?
No, I mean, that's a great answer, but no. I'm adding Patrick Mahomes to the Cowboys.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yes? A once-in-a-generational quarterback that's won 3 Super Bowls, been to 4, probably going to win his 3rd this year, or his 4th this year, my apologies. And do I want to add him to the Cowboys over Rain Dakota Prescott? Yes! And I love you, Dak. I do.
You think he goes to the Cowboys, they just win the Super Bowl?
Yes!
You're fucking delusional. Your problem is not all rested with Dak. I'm not saying you guys wouldn't be massively
No, it's not
better.
all rested with Dak, but Patrick Mahomes is going to be a great eliminator of a lot of the problems that Dak can't be.
That's fair. Compensate.
What about you? What are you adding? Prime LeBron to the Clippers?
No, we can't. We can't just change their age.
You added Luka to the Clippers?
I'm adding Connor McDavid to the Ducks.
That's a
Mm.
great fucking answer. Did I just change your
Bro.
mind?
Wait, what'd you say?
I said, did I just change your mind or something? And I said Luka to the Clippers.
Nah. Nah. I mean, that would be great, but I mean, I don't like
Imagine Nikolai Jokic on the Celtics.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was thinking about like Jokic. You know, I didn't think of Luka. I was thinking about Wemby to the Clippers. That is somebody I was thinking about. Or I could say Cooper Flag to USC basketball. But no,
Oh,
Connor McDavid.
I can't wait
Yeah,
till November 4th to watch Duke versus Maine.
they need to go to. I was say they can't. There's no arena in the state of Maine that can hold this. But no, I mean Alphon. But that's designed. Like they can't just transport a basketball. Like that is designed
Nah.
as a hockey rink. You know what I mean? Like it's not one of these multi.
Nah, no, they used to play basketball at the Alphon all the time. It's an all-purpose rink.
Is it? I did not know that, but
They don't do it anymore because Maine has the pit for basketball. But yeah, basketball used to be played there all the time.
I did not know that. The Harold J. Alphon Sports Arena?
Yeah.
Sports Arena or Sports Center?
Arena. Great question though. That was a great question. But yeah,
were you surprised by my answer?
Yeah, no, I was. I was expecting something to the Clippers because the Clippers are never going to be anything. But still, great question.
All right, man. Well, what the fuck? The Las Vegas Marathon is coming up. But yeah, man, it's a great show. It's always a blessed time being able to do the show. Justin, man, definitely wish he ain't dead or nothing, like he cool, but definitely wish the best for you, man. And we look forward to seeing you back next week. And yeah, man, it's really a blessing. This episode, I believe, 58. So we really appreciate the 3 people that listen to our show: Sabrina, Casey's wife, April. I mean, that's really it. I mean, I can really shout out all of our fans at this point, but we really appreciate you guys. We really appreciate the engagement on the Facebook page. I think that's where we get most of our engagement because we get some really good discussions in there. We have some really good engagement. So Nick,
out of our
Mitchell,
3 listeners, why don't you guys show one of your friends who can show one of their friends, who can show one of their friends, who can show one of their friends, so we can get this goddamn show off the ground and Ian and I can become famous, develop a meth addicts, and then we can lose everything financially and have to come back to doing this podcast once a week.
I mean, when you say off the ground, we're like low-key below the ground at this point. Like, we're not even on ground level. Yeah. I mean, because I think our podcast is great. Objectively, I think we have a good podcast. But yo, man, like we're gonna need you guys, man. We need you guys to rally us. So this is Ian from Arkansas. That's Casey from Maine. I hope you guys have a good rest of your. I mean, there's no tally to send us out. Casey, can you do any impressions?
No.
Dude, I smoke too much, so I can't really do my I do a gay voice. Hey y'all, hope y'all have a great night. Hey. But
that sounds like Jeffrey from Family Guy.
Yeah, no, we support. I ate a fat boy by the pool earlier, but regardless of sexual orientation, race, religion, we don't give a fuck about none of that. We just want to talk sports. So from one Mixed Reactions host to the other, to all of you, what are our fans called? Mixed Reactionites?
That works.
I don't fucking know. We got to come with something better, but we appreciate you guys, man. And like, subscribe, hit the follow. Ring the notification bell. Good night, everybody.